Let's see what's going on here. Anyone around? I thought I'd do a live. I want to discuss virtual restaurants. I did some research and I'm blown away, and I believe that is the future. That is for sure. Anyone want to discuss virtual restaurants? Do you believe it's the future? I did a lot of research. Last week during the live stream, I learned a lot. So I took time to do the research. It will be a booming business, that is for sure. And create a lot of jobs in a different way. Not such a bad gig if you're tired of dealing with customer service. You could just work in the kitchen and prepare great food. Uber Eats is all over that. I guess I should have given a shout out that I was going live, but I'll give it a few minutes. I'll give it a few minutes. Hello. Oh, gaming. You're the college kid, right? Developing 21st century skills in JavaScript. Am I right? Is that the one I'm talking about? Or is that the Avon lady? Oh, have you done any delivering? This past week? I delivered for 7 hours today. I did pretty good. I made $93.25. That's with a $5 cash tip. And I had a few 15-minute lulls, but I took a breather, regrouped, texted a friend, did some stuff, and then they rang me again. Wow. 4 hours, $92. You must have been hustling. I was enjoying. I was like cruising along very calmly all day. It was a beautiful day to be outside. I delivered to some amazing homes on the South Shore facing the ocean. Oh my God, what a view. Really nice. Very nice. Wow, I'm really happy for you. $92 in 4 hours is a great deal. That means you hustled, you worked hard. You got $10 for a promotion. Where was the promotion for? It wasn't around where I was. Nah. About $12 in tips, that's good. Very good. I made some tips on the app, but then I got a $5 cash tip. Where were they giving a $10 promotion? You must have drove someplace, or Queens or something. Or maybe out east. In Suffolk County. Oh, no kidding. Floral Park in New Hyde Park. Wow, I wasn't aware of that. That's a great promotion. They must need a lot of people there. That must be a very busy area. Oh, good for you. You deserve it. That's great. I'll never think of going there. I always go like toward Hempstead Turnpike area, Plainview, Hicksville, Bethpage, East Meadow. Oh, I stayed around here mainly today. I was in Merrick and Belmore, a couple of Lowells. I didn't mind it though. It was beautiful. I love the South Shore. I am so ready for the spring and summer. I missed out on a lot of springs and summers. We're working online and taking a chance, and I'm really looking forward to this year. I could easily drive around here all the time. It's just so beautiful. Really happy for you. That's the way to be. 5 deliveries for 20 bucks. But not West Suffolk. They want you to go out for that money. I believe that starts in the Hamptons, don't it? I'll open it up. I think that's in the Hamptons, like way out there. Wow, must have been busy. New Hyde Park and Floral Park. That's like the borderline of Queens, isn't it? Some parts in Suffolk, yeah. I never understand this. Right now it says 1.7 times. I never get that. I don't get it. Maybe they need people out there right now. Oh, oh, good for you. That's great. You can work 4 hours and make $92. That's a great gig. Um, got it. The guy from California last week, I looked up the virtual restaurants, and very interesting topic, what's to come. I didn't realize they were already in New York. I read about the Chicago opening. Yeah, I didn't deliver the past couple of days. I took Monday and Tuesday off. I did great Sunday night. I did amazing Sunday night, but all because of tips, not because Uber Eats was paying me top dollar. I guess those days are over. Friday, tomorrow I'm going to do Uber Eats around here. Well, up and down Merrick Road. They had me go to Massapequa twice, but no traffic. I zipped there, zipped right back. Um, Grubhub. I'm going to do Grubhub Friday. I'm going to focus a lot on Grubhub from like 11 to 4 and see what I can do with Grubhub. Do you think you will be busy for St. Patty's Day, which is Saturday? I was curious. Got it. Not that I'm going to drive Saturday. I'm going on a hiking trail in the city. I'm meeting this group that I joined through Meetup that I told you to check out the JavaScript groups and the coders. You should go to meetup.com. And I'm going on the city scenic route, and I'm going to party a little bit for St. Patty's Day with a whole new group of people. I'm going for it. I've met a couple of them, but I never went on a big day like that. And I don't have to leave here till like 12 in the afternoon, which is great. I'm going to jump on the train and meet them in Penn Station. I'm really looking forward to that. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. You know, bring a knapsack, bring everything at your fingertips, and go out. And they have the whole route figured out because they do it all the time. It's going to be really nice. So, what are you going to do with family on St. Patty's Day? Do you party on St. Patty's Day? Hiking trail in the city. Something with the scenic. I'll when I learn about it more, I'm just going to be there. I'm going to make sure I'm there. I'm meeting them at the location in Penn Station, and I'm going to go with the group. And there's a bunch of groups meeting at this location, and I'm going to take it from there. I'm not really sure. They say this the city's skyline. I'm up for it. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be gorgeous. Get good exercise. Should be a lot of fun. So I just thought if anybody wanted to talk about those virtual restaurants and see if any drivers were out and about this week. I started my work week today. I did work Sunday. And last week I did do it 5 days straight. And that was pretty tough. But I make good money. I'm a hustler. Got to do some work online. Oh, okay. Are you out of college? Are you staying in a dorm? Since you hang out with your family on the weekends, I thought maybe you were in a dorm. You go to Farmingdale College, but do you stay there? I just have family who come over. Okay. I would probably do something. I asked my mom to come with me, but she's going to hang low and hang with a friend, and they cook their little corned beef and hang really low. So I didn't offer it to her. Maybe I'll stop there after the hiking if I don't stay out too late. I don't know what to expect. I never really had the chance to enjoy. Usually I work, and I'm usually very tired. In the past, like 5 years, I haven't really done anything with St. Patty's. As a waitress, I used to work it all the time, and that was fun. I made a lot of money. I was always the straight one, watching everybody get whacked. But there's nothing like um, pub corned beef and cabbage out of the big pots. They make it just right. It's so tasty and tender that it's not even fatty. It's so good when it's made right. It's a very good dish. Yeah. Do you watch Pay to Drive? Sub Gaming. I'm just gonna call you gaming. Or any of the other channels. Do you follow the topic of food delivery app gigs? Maybe you're doing something. Oh, I don't really follow anyone. Yeah, the topics become very popular with many of the channels. There's a lot of them out there. Roll 100, saying it like it is, the delivery, driver pit stop, a DMV guy. There's a lot of them. I usually listen when I'm exercising most of the time. Lately, anyway, I put those headphones on and I hear what's going on. A lot of people in the business lately. All he does is complain about DoorDash. DoorDash guy. I can remember that. No, maybe I've caught him. I've watched so many of them. Um, all he does is complain about DoorDash. That doesn't make any sense. DoorDash, their public relations person came out, or vice president or something like that, the creator of the DoorDash. I did watch one video today, and they're saying that they hear all the drivers, not all complaints, but they're listening and they're making a lot of changes. That's what they say. So we'll soon see. We'll see. Yeah, I think they say what they want people to hear. They had a lot of hot water with a lot of people, a lot of states. So there's another guy I follow, App Entrepreneur, and he's been following the class action suit. And he said that somebody settled for $20 million and they should have settled for like 80 million or something like that. And he was like, if it was 80 million, I would get at least 3,000. He was getting all upset. You choose to do the gigs if you need the money, and then, nobody's forcing anyone to do it. Apptrepreneur. Yeah, that's exactly it. I thought you said you didn't follow them. Yeah, he's always talking that kind of stuff, that guy. Yeah. He has a lot to say, but I do enjoy him. You learn a lot. You hear what's going on. Everybody's good at something. I guess I should give a shout out when I go live. Like a heads up. I'm not really sure. It says when you go on, it says give somebody notice. Maybe I should plan ahead. This is only the second time I'm doing it. I am going to do it at my other channel, though. This is great practice, because I think that other channel is really going to take off again. I think a lot of people want to learn about earning money online. It's working. It's working. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I thought I had to give a shout out, like inform people that I'm going live. Got it. Well, if they're with the notification, that's right. Okay, I get it. I'm usually a viewer, not a live stream, I guess, talker. But on my other channel, I really want to be. You're sitting here doing research with those virtual restaurants. The topic is just, it creates a lot of new different kind of jobs. Less customer service. And all the articles that I read, you said you're 20. I would guess you are part of the millennials. Really? 10 million subscribers. Holy cow. Well, they were targeting them. They said they're most of their business, the virtual restaurants. It's a new way of doing things. Just saves time, convenience, and time. I mean, today I did one of my last deliveries from a very good restaurant in Merrick, a Greek something. It's pretty new. They got a booming business. That man really knows how to run a show. and this person got bags of food. And like the family was pulling up while I was pulling up at the food, and the family was so happy waiting at the door while the kids were running in. They were like, oh, thank you, just in the nick of time, perfect timing. The guy was so happy. He got a lot of good quality food from this man. It is convenience. But what I also did tonight, I went to Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub, and I wanted to see what their fee was. And I noticed on DoorDash, I didn't place any orders, but I noticed I looked at TGI Fridays, Five Guy Burger, Burger King, and Friendly's, and none of them had a delivery fee. I found that very strange. Oh, like pretending you're with someone, virtual reality? No, I'm not into that. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a webmaster, a web developer, virtual reality. I'll send you a text. That's a good one. So you're definitely a millennial. Nah. But you are gaming. And that's the part of gaming is the virtual reality in this day and age. I grew up on Atari, and maybe for like a year I was really into Nintendo, the first one. And after that I wasn't interested in games. Not like that. Miles Wilson. Hello. How's it going? How long you been doing virtual reality gaming? Well, if you play the games, I guess you do it all the time, right? They are virtual reality games in today's day, right? Miles Wilson, where are you from? Miles. Oh, well, that I know. Now, I've read many articles about virtual reality for the surgeons. Well, that's not my world. Yes, they do operations. They could assist operations from other places while an operation's going on. Now, those kind of things I do like to watch. I find that, they're very talented, gifted people that can do something like that. Now, that's an interesting topic. Miles, hello. Where are you from? Are you a food delivery app driver? Oh, I guess he went away. Huh, I'll give it a minute. Something must be going on. Yeah, maybe. It's kind of glitchy. Seems like there's a big delay again, but I just thought I'd give it a go. And I was hoping that guy from California, forget his name, Frank Scaturo, because I found the topic very interesting and I'm happy I took the time to learn. Oh, we did? Oh, good. That's okay. See, there's the delay. Something's not right. That's why I thought it was going in and out. Well, I guess I have to build up the channel. It takes a lot of work. The people who do live streams, I mean, it was a lot of fun last week. I was exhausted when I was done, an hour and a half. That's a long time. But the people who do them all the time, I give them credit because that's how they build up their following and their subscribers and their audience. And some of those people, there was that delay again. They work on several channels, and that's very hard to do. It does take a lot of work. At least he gave a thumbs up. Oh, good one. Are you working tomorrow? Are you going to work tomorrow? Wow, 12 hours of classes. Well, you can't knock a good education if you're up to it and you're into it. Keep up the good work. Yeah, something's really weird. I see it all. Well, at least you got the delivery gigs that you can work whenever you can. You got to work. Well, I'll be working tomorrow. There goes that huge delay. God, that's so annoying. I hope it's as nice as it was today, because today was a pretty beautiful day. Really, you must be very good at what you do. They'll be playing pretty well, so I'm happy about that. Paying. Way to go. I'm sure you worked for it. But I got to figure out if I did do this more often, I think my other channel is going to be a lot more popular with the live stream. Building an online business. See, you're the coder. I appreciate coders because I use the programs that they code and I love learning how to use them. But I'm not a coder. You know, WordPress, I mean, in the past year and a half, I learned how to use WordPress. Plugins and widgets. I find it fascinating that you could just learn how to set something up and have it perform a function for you or your visitors. I just blows my mind. Yeah, I could easily learn to code, but I have to be a realist. Do I really want to sit here? I want to be a website developer, and I'm an amazing internet marketer. And I have to focus on updating my LinkedIn profile and getting out there and seriously looking for a gig. It was nice taking some time off, regrouping, getting it all together. But I love WordPress, and I regret not learning it in 2017. I should have went for it earlier, but things happen for a reason. I'm a true believer in that. Oh, I believe that. Absolutely. There's one meetup I belong to that I want to go again. I follow their Facebook group. There was only 4 guys, and 3 of the 4 guys were in the early 60s, and they were the geeks in the late 80s and 90s, and people thought they were crazy. And they are so advanced, but down to earth. They loved my business model. Like they were like, "Wow, what are you doing?" And I told them how I'm using GoDaddy and I needed to learn WordPress, and they were like, "Absolutely, learn WordPress. How much freedom you'll have." And then they were like, "Would you consider ever learn coding?" And I told them what my plan was, and they were like, "Well, it sounds like you want to build a business more with the programs that we're, developing." I was like, "Exactly. I appreciate coders. Coders create all those plugins." You said, what kind of coding do you do? Like, do you want to develop plugins and widgets? Um, Work for a big company and build this website by coding? Thank you. It is awesome. They thought it was awesome. And a couple of things I said, I feel like I'm cheating. They're like, "Hey, if you're getting it done, it's not cheating." I'm like, okay. They really like my idea, and that's why I continue to push forward with it. They're like, "You have a great business plan." I'm going to be a very good worker. I'm going to learn how to use the programs. It's like going to work for a company. I sit at a desk and I'm working administrative. I'm doing work for a boss. I'm doing it for myself. I'm just right now doing it mainly for free, but not as for free as I did a year ago. At least I can say I earn a little money every day now. Java, JavaScript, C++. See, I never heard of that. I've heard of Python, PHP, MySQL, React, JC, Angular. Wow, you really know a lot of stuff. But what's your plan later on after your internship? Do you want to work for a company and be a part of their, or you want to work for like Grumman? Like I have, you have so many, you have so much knowledge in the coding niche. I mean, you want to be something bigger than building websites for companies? Like, what are you doing with all that training? That's my question. What are you going to do with all that training? I'm hoping that you're writing because I want to know. Or something. Well, I guess that's so far ahead. A lot can happen in a couple of years, and you're getting your degrees. Wow. Everything you list there, is that all created? With a keyboard code, just a keyboard encoding. That's what coding's all about, right? It's typing out a language, a specific language. No. Well, I could tell you're a great typist. I'm sure you're on the keyboard all the time. An IDE computer, compiler, or a text editor. That which is on every computer, right? A text editor. DoorDash explains in new email why they used to pay 18 an hour. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you just go to file and open it up. That's, I guess, right? I'm gonna have to check my emails and see if they sent me one. Got the email today. Why they used to pay 18 an hour. Really? Oh, did you go to the pizza website? I don't get that. I don't understand how you can do something like that. King 2000. 20,000. I gotta check my email. Did you hear that the public relations guy or the president of the company, you know, spoke out and said that here's what the drivers are saying and that they're going to fix what they feel is broken. We'll see. Oh, well, they already have a couple out. That's what I heard. And I heard that someone settled for $20 million. Some lawyer settled for 20 million instead of 80 million. If you type ordering pizza with code, it's the first video. I say I don't understand that. With code. Nah. That's why I use programs. I don't write programs. Because I don't get that at all. If you type ordering pizza with code, it's the first video. That's okay. You don't have to be sorry. I'm not a coder. I don't get it. Really? Instacart had to pay $1 million last month. Wow. I didn't realize it was that high. Well, you don't do right, it eventually comes back to you. If you don't do the right thing, you got to pay the price. Right? How are you, Caramel King? $50 to $400 million payout? You mean 400 million $50 payouts? Well, it's got to be a booming business if they had that to pay it out. Think about it. If a company has that kind of money, I mean, that's just, I find that flooring. Ace Aligny. Well, I started off speaking about virtual restaurants because last week, Frank Scaturo from California, and then we started talking about coding and how gaming made $92 in 4 hours because he got bonuses, he got promotions with Uber Eats. And then we started talking. And then a few other people joined in. I wonder how much DoorDash is going to have to pay for that. I believe they have 2 class action suits against them. That's what I heard. And that was like last week's news. Yes, DoorDash is next. That's for sure. I wonder what's going to happen with them. What's her name? Uh, Said they received an email today. I have to check my mail. Tony's the president, right? Of DoorDash? Or public relations? Yeah. Well, someone's got to do it. I'm not qualified to go sue a company, put together a class action suit. They went to school for it for a long time. That's. Yeah, they're making money, but they're also helping. They're also putting into place future, um, putting into place that companies in the future don't take advantage of the working man, making them a lot of money. I guess like a union, right? Well, I'm going to check my email afterwards. I haven't been able to sign into my DoorDash account ever since I promoted my referral link for the $2,000, and they blocked me out, and I haven't even drove for them, and I don't miss it. I work a lot less hours, and I'm making the same or more money, and a lot less aggravation. Grubhub and Uber Eats work for me, where I work anyway. It was signed by Tony. He is the president. I briefly listened to Pay to Drive video, and he's really following that. There's a lot of other channels really following that. But when you say you don't think Tony is going to budge, you don't think he's going to settle? Is that what you mean? He's going to fight it until he thinks that he doesn't have to pay anything? He's not going to change anything. Huh. Really? How old is this guy, Tony? I'm curious. Anyone know? Is he like a college kid, like that Facebook guy, Zuckerberg? He's young. He's on the younger side. Okay. Fair enough. I have no idea. Young and stubborn. Well, I guess unless he has to do something, unless he's forced to do something legally, why do something? I mean, he did create a crazy company. Like, I'm sure. I have a feeling these companies are worth billions. I don't think they're worth millions. I think they're worth billions. I think someone up there is just so rich. I've said this to someone before. If they skipped a century, their family still could live off the money that they earned already. Some people are that wealthy. Someone made a comment on some kind of live stream I was following, and they said, unless all the drivers throughout the country just stop delivering for one day, nothing's going to change. And, you know, that's what needs to happen. One day, put the word out nationwide and say, like on a Sunday, one of the busiest days, it would have to be either a Saturday night or a Sunday, or a Saturday or Sunday. Oh, skip a whole weekend, nobody deliver. But people need the money, so that'll never happen. It'll never happen. Maybe by state, but never nationwide. Do you think that would happen? I mean, if everyone stopped delivering for one day, full 24 hours, what these companies would do, like what would happen? How would they go? Like, how would they feel? What would happen? Oh, that would be amusing. That would be pretty. That would put them in their place. That's for certain. But how do you get all those workers and all those drivers and people who need the money? Say take off a weekend. You don't need that $400. Some people really need that $400, that $300, $200. I guess nobody agrees with that, huh? Yeah, I guess. I guess they would have to give insane incentives. That's a great way to make a lot of money one day. Well, when I first did Uber Eats in the first few months, I had a couple of times where I could not finish the drop off. And they track your every movement and they put me on hold and they got back to me like within 2 minutes later and they paid me and for my time and gave me the bonus. They were very nice because one time I just couldn't find the area and I went in a circle like 4 or 5 times. I couldn't do it anymore. It just wasn't right. And another time a customer could not. There was nowhere to be found, and I had a problem with that, and they still paid me. Uber Eats has always been good with me with that. So, one time a restaurant was closed, and they paid me half the amount. They didn't know it was closed. The tablet was on. That's nobody's fault. That's the restaurant's fault for leaving the tablet on or on the Uber Eats website saying this restaurant is closed and not serving today. And it was a Sunday. Here is the letter from DoorDash. Well, what do you mean if I click there or something, it'll be there? Oh yeah, yeah. Now DoorDash, I've had a problem with DoorDash many times. I just got sick of it. I'll never forget my last delivery, how they just left me hanging. They just didn't care. Why work for you if you don't care? It's like saying, no, keep doing the same thing, and they just left me out in the field. They just didn't care. There was no one to contact. No one. I was like, well, that's really rotten. I would never get that from Grubhub or Uber Eats. That just wouldn't happen. Not in the area that I'm in. Caramel. You say, here is the letter from DoorDash. I haven't even been on the phone with DoorDash in so long. The only time I ever got in the last, say, couple of dozen deliveries, the only time I got DoorDash on the phone is when there was a problem with the red card. If I needed assistance in the field, they just weren't available. It's like, well, you shouldn't be running a business then. Oh, okay. Got it. Well, you know your stuff gaming. But you are the computer coder geek. I'll check the email. I'll check it out. That would take a long time to copy and paste every little. But thanks for trying, Caramel. Asa, where are you from again? Well, if you're only 20 and you have all that coding experience and you're going to school, you know, you need computer experience and everything now. Mechanics, cooks, everything revolves around a computer, some kind of serve. It's a part of some kind of job, everything. Hey, my last job, I worked behind the deli, and if you don't use a computer, you can't, use the scales. It's a computer, and that's a physical manual job, manual labor. But if you don't know how to use a computer, you can't do the job. That even goes for the kitchen. Like, things have changed. Years ago, there weren't computers in kitchens. I remember I was waitressing and we wrote it on a do-pad, and we actually had like 3 copies. We wrote out our orders. We kept one for the kitchen, one for the customer. We did everything by hand. I didn't start using a computer for waitressing until my late 20s. I know life without computers or cell phones or beepers. It's very different. I'm very grateful I grasped the opportunity to train myself in the past decade to develop 21st century skills, because I would be lost in the dust and I'd be miserable. At least I have a backup plan with my business, and it's going to lead to some kind of other job. But I remember doing all those jobs. There were no computers to be found. You had if you did anything, there was scales, regular old-fashioned scales. Computers. Gosh, so different. The world is so different now, and it evolves at such a rapid pace that if you don't stay up to date with even just your everyday stuff, if you don't know how to use a cell phone or a tablet, you're lost. You gotta know something. 1,400 letters. Well, how late in life? I didn't get my first computer till I was 33. And I didn't take it out of the box for 6 months. Only reason I feel I have good business, at least I have something to fall back on, and it will only get better, is because my parents bought me a computer and they kept tilting their head like, why won't you open it? It just wasn't a part of my life. And then once I opened it, oh boy, I should have never opened it, but then I wouldn't be here now. Driving, cell phone, computer. I started everything late in life, even driving. And what do you mean late? Like 25, 30, 35? First few years, I wasted so much time. I used to play a lot of card games online through AOL. I loved that. I loved it. But I grew up playing card games. So then I did that for a few years. I did that a lot. And then the interest started of finding out how you can use the internet to earn income online. Where are you from, Acer? And what age did you start driving? Now, that's a real. I know. I know a few people. Personally, know a few people that to this day don't drive. They just don't drive. They just won't. Really? Wow, that is late in life. 28 for driving. Wow. Hello, Ida Hat. Ooh, Dallas. You drive the delivery gigs, don't you, Acer? You work the food delivery apps? Your name's familiar. Well, not that you came from old fashioned parents. That's how, it was just your time. I didn't have a computer until I was 33, and I didn't open it till I was almost 34. I didn't even have a cell phone. I had one of those little free government phones for like 5 years. I didn't have one of these smartphones or iPhone. So I didn't get one of these until my 40s. But I had a desktop. That I did. Only a few times I hit $18 an hour with DoorDash. They I drove a lot of miles to make money with DoorDash. But I have to say, when I first joined them, I received a referral bonus of $100 and two referral bonuses of 200. And then when I started promoting the 2000, they blocked me out of the app. They probably thought like she's going to get a lot of referrals. That's a funny. So I guess it was worth it when you look at it that way. I got what I needed from it for as long as it worked for me. Holbrook in Long Island? Yes, with DoorDash. Do you do Uber Eats or Grubhub? Acer in Dallas? No. Well, you just do DoorDash. Well, if it works for you and it's doing okay. God, That's pretty good if you get 17.50 an hour, but that's not guaranteed every hour. No way. It's like a little, maybe one or two out of 100 hours. I've never had that kind of success with DoorDash. And if the few times I made, it was like 17 and change, 18 and change, they had me for the full hour. I couldn't do anything else. I was stuck there waiting for orders to be made. I didn't dig that at all. From DoorDash letter. Well, some people, they like to say things and they think that's going to come true. They can say it over and over again. It's not going to come true. Is Holbrook Suffolk County? I'd have had. How do they pay out there? I did it in Suffolk County a handful of times, and they paid pennies. Pennies. I mean, like $2 and $3 a delivery. And I was like, I drove far. I was like, why would they do that? I did it in Huntington once. And I'm familiar with Huntington, but it was harder because to me, Huntington is like the mini mountains. And if I didn't do that third one, I wouldn't have gotten a $10 bonus. And when I realized how little they paid, I was like, I'm going back to Nassau County. Nice flat land, less mileage. If you're going to pay me low, at least it'll be fast and easy. But you love driving Uber Eats. Yeah, because if you didn't get Quest, you wouldn't make fair money because they don't pay a lot out east. And I don't know why. It's more distance, it's more driving. That's what I heard from Paid to Drive. He read the email. I just didn't read it myself. Yeah, but you could go to Uber Eats and Grubhub and other companies coming out here to help yourself too, to achieve your goal. Anyway, you can achieve your goal using some other platform. Wow, yes. I'm telling you, when I first did Uber Eats and nobody was around here and they didn't have a lot of drivers, they paid me a lot of money. I worked my butt off, but I made good money and it helped me get out of the hole. That's for sure. And so did DoorDash at the time, but I drove a lot for DoorDash. I drove a lot of miles for DoorDash. Yeah, I remember that $30 for 5 trips. That was great. Oh my gosh. And they didn't even give bonuses out during bad weather this year. I drove in the bad weather last year. I made a lot of money. I probably will never see that again. They paid top dollar. They were giving like $3 bonuses for every delivery, $5 bonuses. But now there's so many drivers around that they don't have to do that. Thank God for tips. Thank God for people appreciating you delivering to them. Well, it wouldn't be worth it. In my opinion, no tips, it wouldn't be worth it. I'd be doing something else. Yeah, Grubhub, I noticed that, like, the delivery times off and stuff, but I don't have a problem with Grubhub. Not when I do it. I've never had a customer complain or say I was late, or I just, if I was ever questioned, I would be like, well, this is what's on the app. They just rang me. They know where you're coming from. I guess they have to give them an estimated time when it has to be delivered. But I bet you every area is different too. I would think so. And yes, I agree with Uber Eats. It's just easy going. It's so rare that you wait for stuff. It's a more fast pace. I agree with that. DoorDash is going to fix their pay model. They're going to have to eventually. I miss those $30 for 5 trips. Chest and bags. Yes, there's rarely any stress doing Uber Eats. That is for sure. But I do understand what you say about Grubhub. Yes, there are so many drivers now. People come and go. Like right now, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm doing. I'm building my business. I'm figuring things out. But when something changes, I probably will go back to doing it 3 hours a week for extra income if need be. But right now, this is what I got to be doing. I feel it's just a chapter in life. That's all. Not driving in bad weather. Well, out east, I'm sure you guys get it pretty bad. I've been pretty lucky here in Nassau County. But last year, they paid great money. You got on that road, they paid really good money. I missed that. I made a lot of money for like 3 months with Uber Eats, and I was so grateful. I saw that opportunity. No matter how tired I was, when I got home from work, I cleaned up my lunch bag, I got ready for the next day, and I headed right out because they were paying top dollar. It was worth my time. I wasn't getting that. I mean, it was just so great. So great. Caramel. The only way you can make 18 an hour is busy pay bonus from DoorDash. Yeah, they gave bonuses. Only way. I get it. Oh, St. Oh, Fort Lauderdale. I do pretty good with Uber Eats and tips. That's for sure. I think I made $8 on the app today, and I got a $5 cash tip. Considering what I did today, it wasn't a hard thing today. It was nice. It was calm. It was beautiful out. Had a couple of 15-minute breaks, lulls. I guess gaming hit the road. I don't know what that face is for. The busy pay bonus? Fort Lauderdale. Oh, at same time. This is why you have to watch videos once in a while and have a discussion every now and then because you find out what's going on. Well, guys, it's 11:30. DoorDash employees behind their computer screens. They're devils. Someone told you if you get an LLC for a private delivery, you can write everything off on your taxes plus get a 5,000 plus bonus from the government. Well, now it caught my attention. I have to understand that first before I hit the road. Thank you, gaming. If you get, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to look that up. For a private, because then it's like a. Well, you get to write everything off. That's very good information. Something to look up. Plus $5,000 bonus. Wow. I'm going to look that up. That's very good information. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, I wrote off my mileage, and it made a difference. I wrote off my mileage, not my gas. But if you go for the LLC for private delivery, write everything off. A lot of people should look that up. That's a very helpful tip if you're doing this all the time. And if you see yourself sticking it out for a few years, if that's true, thank you for sharing that tip, Caramel. Wow. Someone who does it full time, that would definitely be a benefit to them. Oh, I definitely will. Hey, I took the time to learn about virtual ghost restaurants. That guy from California last week, I just can't believe how the companies, how it's starting, how they have a separate menu from restaurants that you only can find on the Uber Eats or Grubhub app, but they don't have those recipes in-house. That's how it's starting. That's very smart. And they're testing it out. And they say it's booming with the millennials. I found that very interesting. It's like, wow, that is the wave of the future. And you know, guys, I don't just deliver to young people where I am. I mean, half of the people are younger than me and the other half are older. There's this one lady in Uniondale. You know what? She's on the borderline of Roosevelt and Merrick, I believe. I think it's Roosevelt. She's this older lady. She's in her 80s. And I've delivered to her many times. She eagerly waits for me to drop off that food. That woman's in her 80s. She's using those apps. She's limited driving. She's setting her ways. She's hanging at home. And her and her girlfriend getting all this food from the delivery food app gigs of drivers. She's like, "Hi, honey. How are you today?" Like, she just, when she sees me come up, She's like, oh, the nice lady. You can tell. And I'm sure she gets delivered from many other drivers. She's a big Uber Eats woman. So, wow, I just, it's not just young people. When I make it big, I'm going to be a customer, not a delivery driver. I'm going to be like, I remember when I used to do what you did. Let me give you a $5 cash tip. Got to give you cash tips. And when I do use the service, give cash tips. I won't be tipping people on the app. So maybe people, when they don't see the tip, they won't come and get me. They won't come and deliver to me. Thanks again for that amazing tip, Caramel. I am going to look for that, and learn some more about it. That's a really good tip for people who do it full time. Yeah, wow, in her 80s. She's so cool. What did I deliver to her last time? TGI Fridays, and she got a bag of food. They the one here where I live. It's pretty good. Thank you again, King. I guess the next time I do a live stream, maybe that guy from Cali, I could thank him, Frank, because I took the time to do the research, and I'm really happy I learned about it. It's the wave of the future, that's for sure. Oh, God, I forget where you're from, Caramel. I'm so sorry. Where are you from again? Somebody said they're from Fort Lauderdale, that Chasen bags. Decent Washington. Got it. Yeah, Long Island, since I'm not working day and night at a job and not being outside, Long Island's beautiful. If you have time to really appreciate the beauty and in the beaches and the parks, it's a beautiful place. I think it is, and I'm 45 minutes from New York City. I'm going there Saturday. I'm going to a little bit of St. Patty's celebration, but I'm going on a trail path. Excuse me, a walking trail thing with a group of people to check out the skyline. I'm 45 minutes away from 24/7. New York City is known. It really is true. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. That's how I see it. But I'm pretty blessed. I think I am. I could drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes east and feel like, a little more country setting. There's the land, the properties are larger. I'm right in the Nassau County. It's a good mix. It's not a city. It's a village. I live in a village. But to be right in the middle, I'm in a great location. I think I am. I'm very lucky. They do have some beautiful places. The beaches are just 15 minutes away from the beach. Many beaches. Well, guys, thanks for, oh gosh. At Sleepy's. But what Sleepy's? Like where on Long Island? Oh, hour and a half. That seems to be the number. Huh. Do you remember what town? Ooh, Huntington's very nice. Huntington is always jamming. I said it before. I don't know if you were on before, But Huntington, I call it the mini mountains. There's some beautiful homes in Huntington, and the village. It's a really hopping joint. Hard to get parking. It really is it makes, I live in a village and it makes the village I live in look rinky dink. Huntington's a very big, beautiful village area, gorgeous place. I go to Launchpad in Huntington once a month. WordPress groups, computer stuff. Well, lucky you. At least you saw a beautiful area of Long Island, because that is a beautiful place. It is nice. It's very nice. Okay, guys, it's going on almost an hour and a half. Now I'm going to call it a night. I'm so happy you joined in. I'll give a little bit of a Ida hat. It's good. Night. Happy St. Patrick's. You too, the Ronkonkoma man, right? Oh, lady, I can't really see the picture. I'm so sorry. Ida hat is from the Ronkonkoma area. Oh, lady. Okay, guys. You have a good one. And I'll do it again sometime. Thanks for joining in. Hope you make a lot of money. I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye, guys.